Hey there, this is Isabel and Katie. We're actually in Katie's kitchen tonight, hanging out and getting ready for the holidays. We're very excited. We have some members of the Sunday Supper group joining us. They're joining us all the way from New York. So we have Susan Palmer from The Girl in the Little Red Kitchen. It's her blog. Say hey, Susan.
Hello, hi.
And we have Amy, who is Kimchi Mom, is her blog, joining us from New Jersey. Hey, Amy.
Hi. Hi, guys.
And then we have a very special guest. We're honored to be working with OXO tonight. We absolutely love their tools. And when we think about the holidays, we start thinking about, what can we do to make them stress-free and easy? And, especially if you're a food blogger, OXO always comes to mind. Their products are just fantastic. So tonight we're actually going to share 4 of their products that we love using during the holidays or really any time of year. And we have Veronica with us from OXO. Hey, Veronica.
Hi.
How are you? Veronica
Good.
is actually in
I'm
the
excited.
showroom.
Oh, thanks. This is my first Google Plus Hangout with
Oh, we're so honored that you took us.
you. Yeah, I'm super excited, and I think that demoing some of these products for Thanksgiving, which is just around the corner, is perfect. So, thanks so much for inviting me.
Oh, thanks so much for joining us. We are absolutely thrilled.
Right now, we're in the OXO kitchen, which is where we test our products. Behind this computer, you can't see it, but where we test our products, we eat our lunch, have our meetings, and actually behind me is what we call the OXO glove wall. All these gloves are found by Oxonians, which are OXO employees, and if you can kind of see those little tags, and on each tag it tells you who found the glove and when and where. And this is kind of a mini art installation that we have here in the kitchen, which is kind of like the water cooler here at the OXO office, and it's a reminder that we want to make tools for every kind of hand.
That is great. I love it. And it is. It's like a piece of art. I love where you're sitting. So one of the things that we want to do is talk a little bit about the holidays and preparing. And I used to be one of those people that I used to stress over it and think everything had to be just so. But what can I say? The older I get, the more relaxed I get. So I'm going to share tonight just a couple of tips. And so this turkey that we're going to make is not your traditional turkey. I decided that the holidays are a great time to introduce friends and families to new flavors, new products. And so we're actually doing this one. It is a sweet and salty rubbed turkey. So, have you guys ever tried anything like that?
No, that sounds really great.
Oh, thanks. So the first thing that I'm going to do to keep it moist is I'm going to brush it with olive oil. And you really just want to, coat it just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a ton of olive oil. But what that'll do is keep the meat really juicy. And it really will help because it'll also create just a beautiful color on the turkey. And then I have actually put together a combination. This is brown sugar, paprika, garlic salt, and a little bit of sea salt. And this makes just such a great rub. And I tell you, not just for turkeys, but also for tenderloins, for pork, really for anything.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's just a great general rub. It smells really good. Wish there was smell-o-vision. It smells really good.
Absolutely. So do you guys have a favorite turkey that you like to prepare?
Well, so my brother rubs his turkey with schmaltz, which is chicken fat, and and it gets the crispest skin. So if you're a skin person, this is the way to do it.
Oh, how interesting!
Yeah,
I love even I get my hands right in there and rub some inside the cavity because you want that flavor throughout the entire meat. So we're going to get in there and, really rub it pretty good inside that cavity. The other thing that I love to do is I don't stuff my turkey like a traditional stuffing, I love to actually do an onion. Gives it great flavor. It goes right in there. And oranges. It gives it such a nice flavor, something that's a little bit different, but just absolutely delicious. And the meat will be so juicy. Have you guys ever tried that?
No,
I haven't.
I've only used lemons, but
So I do oranges.
it's a citrus thing, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little sweet and salty going on.
And we're in Florida, so
Yeah.
oranges just make sense.
So we also throw in some bay leaves inside, and everything could just go in there and have a party. Oh, I forgot.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Steal your bay leaves. I'm sorry.
And then I like to put a couple kind of like in between the legs and spread them around, because what we're going to do is we're going to tie this up, and then we are actually going to marinate it overnight, or just let the rub really sit in overnight in the refrigerator. And so you want to do this 24 hours before, and then we'll put it in the oven the next day. So now, see how messy my hands are? They're very messy. And one of the things that always drives me crazy when I use twine to tie things up is, you know, traditionally, everything, you feel like your hands and all the gook gets right on the string, and next time you're using it, you start thinking about, oh, what did I have last time? You know, it's really okay to use again. Well, OXO has come up with an awesome solution. It's covered, so I can pick it up, get my hands, get it dirty if I have to, and I'm not messing with the actual string.
Nope.
So the string actually comes out from the bottom. You just pull it up. Again, I have not washed my hands. And then you can go right down here, and there's a little cutter, and it cuts it for you.
So easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keeps everything nice and clean. I like
It
that.
really does. I love that feature because I have never seen one that's covered like this, and it comes out so easily. And then also lift that little, yeah.
Yep, the cutter actually comes apart from the twine dispenser, so if you want to cut, like when the turkey comes out of the oven, you can cut the twine with the cutter, and you're not, you know, stuck and attached to the dispenser. And then it's easy to wash too that way. So we're gonna pop it back in and out depending on.
Absolutely. You want to give me a cut?
Sure. Where am I doing it? Right here.
Right there.
Cool. So easy.
I will be popping that out of the oven in just a little bit. So the other thing that we always think about is potatoes. And we wanted to have Amy join us, and I'm sorry, that is not Amy. Susan is going to show us the potatoes. So Susan is going to show us the potato ricer. Now, coming from Portugal, we use these all the time. I don't think they're as popular here in the U.S., but I think they're getting more and more popular. So take it over, Susan.
Okay. So this is OXO's new 3-in-1 potato ricer. It's actually really nifty because unlike old potato ricers, you can change the size of the holes, which you see on the bottom here. All you have to do is push it in and just give it a little twist, and the hole size will change. So depending on what you're ricing, those ultra creamy mashed potatoes, you get that using a ricer. You just peel them, you steam them or boil them, you rice them, you add your cream and butter or milk, and there's like silk. That's what you need, the ricer. But today I actually want to demo is cauliflower, because some people like to be a little more healthy on Thanksgiving, and this is another great way to do kind of mashed cauliflower. You can serve it alongside mashed potatoes for, you know, someone else in the family that's watching their weight. I don't know why you do that on Thanksgiving, but you can if you want to.
It's good to have options.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Susan, I have to say, I agree with you. There's something about when you use the ricer on the potatoes, are they the fluffiest potatoes ever? I don't know if it's because more air gets in there, but they're fantastic.
Exactly. And so I steamed some cauliflower, I put it in the ricer, and all you have to do is just push down, and it just, oh, well, it actually gets all that extra moisture out too. Right, so let's squeeze that out.
Put whatever you want inside this compartment, push it down, and then it should kind of squeeze out almost like Play-Doh coming out, like this. And depending on which setting you have, you can do it finer or coarser. You can get kind of a silkier kind of texture or something that's chunkier. Really depends on what you prefer. So that's typically what happens.
How do you like it better, your potatoes, Veronica? Do you like them smaller or a little bit chunkier?
I like them chunkier. Yeah.
I think they're so good that way.
Yeah, because it has, I think, smooth. I respect silky smooth potatoes, but I also like the different textures when there's a little bit of smooth, a little bit of chunky, and it makes you also think about, oh, like this actually came from a potato. It's not something that's maybe powdered.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, back to Susan.
And then I just use a little spatula to get them off.
Oh gosh, those look good.
Yeah. And see, you can even use it for cauliflower rice if you wanted.
Yep. So, I mean, I was just talking to the product manager that helped to make this tool, and they were telling me some ideas of other things you can make with a ricer, because typically I think a lot of people automatically think of potatoes. So cauliflower is definitely really hot this year, and so we've seen a lot of cauliflower recipes, but some other things that you can make are applesauce, cranberry sauce. You can make, and a couple other things that we've kind of discovered here in the kitchen is not only is it great for kind of creating this kind of mashed up apples or potatoes, but what's really cool about it is that if you have frozen spinach or shredded potato and you want to squeeze out the water, just put them in here, and then you just just push it down, and when you push it down, the water will come out, and then you'll have dry, or it won't be as wet, but drier frozen spinach and also potatoes, and that's good for also, latkes for Hanukkah or something like that. So it's really, there's a lot of functionality with this beyond just potatoes, and I think that it's always really fun to kind of see what other people do with it. When I was told that we were making a twine dispenser, I kind of scoffed at the idea, but actually there's a lot of things you can do with twine. And one of the things that I kind of was thinking about, what do you do with a turkey after Thanksgiving? You have the whole carcass, and what do you do with it? Well, you should make stock. And so if you want to make stock with the bones, what you can do is actually take some of the twine, tie some herbs together like a bouquet garni, and then throw it in there, and it won't just disperse all over the stock. It will all stay in one place. Another great thing is also just crafts and presents for the holidays, and also drying herbs. So if you have a lot of herbs, I know the growing season's kind of ended, but if you want to preserve like thyme and sage, like what I do at home is I take twine and I tie it all together, hang it upside down, and then you have it for the winter. So there's a lot of these ideas that you might not think about, but I mean this really does come in handy beyond some of the usual things. So yeah.
Absolutely. I love to throw in some herbs when I do my actual gravy, and that's a great idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just tie them up, throw them in, and then just pull them out when you're ready.
Exactly. Yep.
Absolutely. Well, I have to say, I love it. I think it is just fantastic, and like I said, to me, the best feature out of it all is that it's inside. No one else does that, and it's always rolling around on my counter, and I get it dirty. I'm like, I love this. Very smart, very smart. I love it. So Amy, how about you? Tell us about your product that you're demoing tonight.
I will be playing the mandolin tonight. This is a great utensil. I have the old OXO mandolin, which comes in pieces, but this is a great lightweight workhorse in the kitchen. It's all one piece. The blade is right here, and in the lock mode, there's a slider here which can change the depth of the slices that you want, as well as a julienne option. So in the lock mode, it's pretty safe. You can run your hand across without any worry. So I'm going to attempt to slice the sweet potato. If you're
you could do this.
If you're interested in making like sweet potato gratin or even with potatoes, So I'm going to slide this to the 1/8 inch thickness. And so you'll see the blade expose itself. And taking the guard, and what I like to do is to cut the top of whatever vegetable I'm slicing, just so the guard has a secure place to set, and just slide it across. And I forgot to peel the sweet potato, but I would normally peel the potato, and just without much pressure, it slices really easily.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And I have to tell you, I never peel my sweet potatoes. So
you have to
walk me how I would do it. I never ever peel them.
So these are great. Even slices. And now, okay, you just pop the veggie out. And then, should I go ahead and julienne?
Yeah.
Feature?
That's
Okay,
great.
and I'm going to slice the top off so I have a flat surface. And using the guard, whoops. And when you julienne, you want to, I guess I cut the sections into 2 to 3 inches. So I'm going to slide this slider over to the julienne feature, and then you'll see the blades here pop up. Okay. So without much pressure, I'm just running the vegetable across the blades, and it's really easy peasy. And then now you have these beautiful julienne zucchini, or whatever you want.
You're a pro at that.
Yeah.
You did a thing.
I love using the mandolin. I make a lot of dishes with, you know.
Beautifully, Amy.
Yes, you do.
It's a symphony of vegetables.
Yes, with the mandolin. This is how you play the mandolin.
Anyway, really good job. And I think that one of the awesome features about this seems like so simple, and it's called the simple mandolin. So it kind of lives up to its name. Is definitely the ability. Like with most mandolins, you have to remove the blades, change it, and this is just one simple, movement to change the size of the slices and also to julienne. And I think what's really interesting about, and this is kind of a new feature for our mandolins, is that this food guard, we always recommend that people use a food guard because it's very easy to hurt yourself on a mandolin if you're not experienced. Even experienced chefs cut themselves with a mandolin. But what's interesting about this is that there is actually a spring built in. So with our other mandolins, you actually have to, when you use it, you have to press down, and then also move this way.
Right.
But with the spring-loaded food holder, it actually pushes it down for you. So all you need to do is focus on just moving it this way. So you don't have to push down and this way. And so that makes it a little bit easier. And so for storage, one thing that we also recommend is, when you store it away, you put the food holder right here, and then it just kind of clamps down like this, and then you can easily store it. Because we also think a lot about, how do you store a mandolin? You want it to be together and also really safe. So this way the blade is down, and also this is safely kind of nestled into the mandolin when you put it away. So those are just kind of some of the features that you may not immediately be aware about, but I think that it looks very simple, but there's a lot of thoughtful design features that go into it.
Absolutely, and I have to say, I think that was my favorite feature is this little thing.
Yeah.
I love how easily everything stays in there. Like you said, usually you're like trying to press, but this it just pops right into place, and when you're done, you can pop it right out, which I think is fantastic. And then for a house with 4 children who help with the dishes,
Yep.
storage right there, because in our house, this thing would get lost from that, trust me.
Yep.
It's so smart to be able to store it like this for busy families like ours that tend to lose those little pieces. So really fantastic design. Very
And for people with a small kitchen like me, you can kind of see it's not very big. I like too that it stays all together, but it's also not taking up additional space. So it's all just taking up the same amount of space in my cabinet, so I'm not, putting everything in multiple spots.
Yeah, and then another thing that we've added is actually, usually the mandolin comes with a very intense booklet that tells you about how to use it, the proper instructions. We still have that, but what's nice is that we actually gives you some instructions within the food holder about how to use it. So cut up your vegetables, you want to put this down, and then press the vegetable into the food holder into the vegetable or fruit, and then slide it this way to slice. So it's kind of also built in so that you don't need to remember to dig up that booklet that you don't know where it went. It's all kind of on the product as well.
Again, perfect for a house like my house eats those booklets. We have no idea where they go. The house just eats them. So this is brilliant.
And it fits perfectly on the top rack of the dishwasher. So awesome.
Yeah, I have to say, not having to change the blades is a win for me.
Yeah, that was a big
hardest part. Switching it out.
Ooh, look what's coming! It's magic!
Yes, so
It's magic!
Our Food Network kitchen, also known as Katie's kitchen.
I have a really awesome oven that cooks it magic.
So, can you guys see this turkey? Doesn't it look beautiful? Isn't it just a great color? And the skin is so crispy from that rub that we put on the night before. So I'm going to use, again, my handy little cutters here and just, take that out. And then also, we have one more product. And before I demo it, Veronica, would you mind talking about it a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So this is our poultry lifter. It looks quite simple, and also when people look at it, they don't really know what it's for. But actually, this was discontinued for a couple of years, but we brought it back because people really loved it. We even did a call out on Facebook and asked people, do you have one of these? When we were trying to, and people refused to give us their poultry lifters because they really loved it. But it seems very simple. Has a very comfortable grip, which we're known for, and essentially what you do is you put this pronged part of the lifter into the turkey cavity, and then this kind of nestles underneath the breastbone, and then you kind of have that underneath the breastbone. You just lift it up, and then you can place it onto whatever platter, or actually even move it into oven or whatever you want, and it's super simple, and it also holds a lot of weight. So what's nice about this is that there's a lot of other lifters that kind of pierce the skin, or kind of makes the turkey breaks the turkey meat. But this is really simple because it just literally goes in, holds onto the top of the breastbone, and then you just fill it up and lift it, and then that's it. So really simple, but very relevant for Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. So one of the things is I always find myself, how do you get that turkey out? I'm using two different things. I'm cooking it on both sides. I really do love this thing. You have to give it a little tug and get it into the top of the breast a little bit, but then it's just so easy, to pull up and move the entire turkey. Mm-hmm. Absolutely have fallen in love with it, and I think it is now a must at our holiday table. So, and then you just pull it out, super easy to pull out again, and I'm going to turn the turkey around so you can see that the string kept everything in there, and I'm going to just pull that out, but look how nice the legs are. Everything was held together, and the oranges, the onion, everything is right in there, and stayed great, and those flavors will go throughout the entire turkey.
That's beautiful. It looks great.
Yes, smells good. And again, we used our handy little snipper from our twine dispenser to just cut that. So it literally took 2 seconds, and we were able to do that right away.
How much did that turkey weigh?
This one was about 18 pounds.
18 pounds, and no problem with that lifter?
No, not at all. And, that's one of the things that, it doesn't bend at all. I would say the only advice that I have is, the first time I tried to lift it, I didn't really give it a little bit of a tug to, get it into that top bone. But if you just give it a little bit of a tug and make sure that it actually grabs a little bit of the turkey, it really is easy. No problem at all. This is a pretty big boy.
We have a question. Will the turkey lifter work for a 24 to 28 pound bird?
It should work for that, yeah. I mean, this is made out of stainless steel, so it's even though it looks very thin, it is very strong. So when we test this in the kitchen, we've seen huge turkeys come in and that we still are able to lift them. So, this is perfect for bigger birds, for sure. Mm-hmm.
And Tammy just pointed out that all of these tools would really make really great holiday gifts. Totally agree.
Absolutely.
I love getting tools, stocking stuffers. Love it.
Absolutely.
Great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. One last thing, I would say this little handle is it's really comfortable when you lift it, so it doesn't make it awkward at all, and it doesn't, hurt your fingers no matter how heavy the turkey is.
Yeah, and I don't know if people can see, but there's actually a little indentation over here. It's where you can rest your thumb.
Yep.
It really fits comfortably. So there's a little flat surface here. So when you're lifting it up, it's really comfortable.
Susan, how about you? Any last-minute tips?
Make a list and prep it as much in advance as you can.
Smart.
I absolutely agree. I would say keep it simple. Enjoy everyone. Come up with great flavors that are a little bit different and people are excited to try, but that are still really simple, like we showed you tonight. It's not about those hard-to-find ingredients. It's about just, really good food, great tools that help you relax and enjoy your company. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I hope you all had as much fun as we had. Veronica, any last-minute tips from you at all?
I would say, figure out what you want to make and get the right tools to make them. I think if you're gonna do a 20-pound turkey, get this in advance so you're not ending up with having tongs and you're trying to balance it when it's coming out of the oven. And also, I think it's fun to get your friends involved too. I cook Thanksgiving dinner with my sister and my parents, and it's always fun to give different tasks to different people. And so what I'll probably end up doing is kind of divvying up based on, you make the mashed potatoes, you do the turkey, and then it's more manageable. It's not just, you alone in the kitchen.
Absolutely. And I love that these OXO tools, you could also get the kids involved.
Yeah.
That potato ricer is so easy. Kids can help with the potatoes. And, for a little bit older children, like my children's ages, the safety guard on the mandolin is great. Mm-hmm. As long as you teach them to always use the safety guard, they can totally help, slice up any of the veggies, any of the fruit.
Yeah, and it saves so much time. I think that's what it is even though a mandolin seems a little bit daunting, I think hand slicing and julienning, it just takes so much time. This shaves off so much time from preparation, and it's really fun to use too. And I think a lot of these tools, they're not even just helpful, they're kind of fun to try out using the ricer for cauliflower or slice, sweet potatoes. Those are all really easy and fun to do with the tools. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Veronica, thank you so much for joining us. We were so honored to have you around the family table and to also have this be your first Google Plus Hangout.
Yes.
I love working with you and your products. They're just fantastic. So thank you so much, and thank you for the great demos, ladies. You guys are fantastic.
Thank you. Great job. I'm really excited to start planning my Thanksgiving dinner now. So thanks for the inspiration.
I think we need to do this again for dessert next week. Absolutely. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.